Hello world, it's Luann. Welcome to my kitchen. I am making some spinach and artichoke stuffed like Italian shells. It's the first time I've ever made this recipe and my shells are done. They're beeping. And so I thought I would let you have the fun and enjoyment of trying it with me. So here I'm going to turn this around and let you watch what I am doing. So first of all, I am here on my stove and I am starting with some hamburger and onion. Actually, this recipe does not tell you to use hamburger. It's a meatless one, so if you want to make this meatless, just don't put the meat in there. But I like sauce with meat in it, so I'm using hamburger. That's a half a pound of hamburger, more or less, and just a little bit of onion, even some broccoli. And then I'm going to pour my sauce in there. Hi, how are you doing? I like this one. This Gia Russa, maybe. It doesn't have chunks in it. I don't really like chunky sauce. It's a smoother sauce. I also have a little Italian seasoning in here. But the recipe does tell you to just use the plain sauce. Okay, my shells are done. Let me turn those off. I'm going to drain them. So I'm just making this sauce with meat because I want it with meat. But you could make your own sauce. You could use it straight from the jar. The onions and the meat and Italian seasoning, that's all my addition. Because that's what I like. So we'll just turn it on low. Mix all that in there. And my sauce is ready. And my shells are ready. Then I've got to make my filling. So let me put these shells over here to drain real quick. I've never made this before, so this is a fun new recipe. New for me. And like I said, I'm eating broccoli. I'm finishing up part of my supper. I didn't eat this part. Hi, how are you doing? Making some fun stuff this is for Sunday dinner. I'm going to get this bowl. And it calls for... Now I'm actually making half the recipe that it calls for, but I'm not cutting the sauce in half because I never think these recipes have enough sauce. They're always too dry. So I'm leaving the full amount of sauce, but I'm cutting everything else in half. So it calls for 1 package of cream cheese. Now, of course, the full recipe would have two of these, but 1 package of cream cheese. So that way I don't have enough for an army, because I don't have an army to feed. This is real softened cream cheese. I mean, it's real soft. You want it soft. Let's see what I want to use. Let's use this little spoon. I love these long-handled teaspoons sometimes for stirring. I'm scraping it off the foil so I get all of it. There we go. So I'm going to just smash that up. You see it's real soft. It's sitting out for a while. Okay, so then it says to add the Alfredo sauce. Okay, so it said to get a garlic Alfredo sauce, so I just got this. This is the only one I can find in the store. And I'm going to use half a cup of that. Okay, half a cup of the sauce. I've actually never even tried this sauce before in the jar. I guess you could make your own garlic Alfredo sauce if you wanted. Just use half a cup of it. I guess we're going to put that in there. I don't suppose you have to get the one with the garlic if you don't want to. I'm just doing what it says here in the recipe. Let's put this in the sink. Okay, so let's stir. Well, before we completely stir, it says to add seasoning, so I'm going to add a dash of salt and pepper. And it says you can put red pepper flakes if you want. Okay, here's my salt. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Okay, a little bit of pepper. If you have red pepper flakes, you can add that. I think I'm gonna add this. It's called Hot Shot, and what it is, it's a mix of black and red pepper already in there. It's cayenne pepper, so it's kind of the same thing as red pepper flakes. It's just ground up. Okay, so then the other thing it tells me, I think that's all. So let's stir. I'm wondering if this would stir better with a whisk. Let's find out. It might stir better with a blender. Yep, sounds better with a whisk. You could probably use an electric mixer for this too. This is a lot better exercise. Okay, just gotta get it out of the whisk now. All right, there we go. It's very garlicky smelling. Okay, so let's do. Okay, then after you do that, you're gonna stir in the cheese and the vegetables. Okay, so it asks for. Oh, cheeses. Yes, okay, so let me get this other cheese. Hold on. It says you're going to have some red pepper and spinach. Okay, here's my red pepper. It says get roasted red pepper, but I just cooked me some in the microwave real quick. A little red pepper. That's just red bell pepper. Then we have, this is a half a package of frozen spinach because I'm only doing half the recipe. And so I'm going to kind of pull this apart. It's been squeezed dry. You have to squeeze spinach dry. You just put it in some paper towels and squeeze really hard in the sink. Otherwise you have really runny. It's a lot of water in frozen spinach. So you have to do that. Then it asks for, let's see, where is it? A 1/4 cup of finely chopped water pack artichoke hearts. Okay, let's try that. Let's get our little cutting board here. Here's my little jar of water packed artichoke hearts. You can use any kind, I guess. Let's see if I can open the jar. I need a jar opener. Oh, there we go. All right, it says a 1/4 cup. That's not a whole lot. So let's get, oh, here's my little knife. Alright, so we're just going to take, and we're going to chop it up. Oh, it's really full of water. I've never done this before with artichoke hearts. I really haven't. So do I kind of half know what I'm doing here? I kind of don't. Do you use the whole part of it? I don't even know. Who's ever used artichoke hearts from the jar before? Hello, Karen. Have you ever used artichoke hearts, these jarred artichoke hearts? Do you use the whole thing? Do you eat the stem? Probably do. So I'm just kind of cutting them up. They're kind of slippery. I would say probably just like one more here. They're really hard to get out. Here we go. They're full of water. Well, they're sitting in water. So I get them cut, we kind of lose the water. Now I've got my oven on 350. Yep, I think that's about a 1/4 cup right there. So let's put that in. Hopefully most of that water is gone right there. Kind of making a mess over here too. There we go. Let me check these shells. They're kind of sticking together. I don't want them to stick together. Hold on. Let me unstick them. Okay, so let me put that away. The lid does not want to go. Oh, it's the wrong lid. That's why it doesn't want to go on. Well, that explains it. That's the Alfredo lid. Okay, there we go. Boy, that Alfredo was messy. Whoa. Okay, so then we're going to add some cheese. Putting my bowl away. Okay, so you're going to need 1 cup shredded Italian cheese, which is half that bag right there. You can shred your own if you want. think let's take what we have here and mix with what we have so far. Look, red and green. It's like a Christmas dish. Mix all that really well. That looks yummy. I hope these are good. They're not good. We're stuck with them anyway. Got this recipe. I think I got this one from Taste of Home. I love tasteofhome.com. They have a magazine you can get as well. Okay, so there we go. Half this thing of cheese. Cup of cheese. Of Italian shredded cheese. It's a kind of a blend of different Italian cheese. Let's just put a little extra in there. Then we're going to do, where is it? 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Okay, that's way too much. That's about, 1/4 cup, more or less. I'm doing it fast today. It's doing it in my hand. I don't want that big chunk. I keep this in the freezer, and that way it never goes bad because it's in the freezer. Okay, so let's stir that in. Oh, that's starting to look good right there. Look at that. That's our filling for our little pasta shells. Well, they're jumbo pasta shells. Did you know I had to go to 2 stores to find jumbo pasta shells? When I went to buy these the first week, I was going to just go ahead and get them, even though I didn't need them till today. They had a whole bunch of macaroni product on the shelf. No jumbo pasta shells. I'm like, are you kidding? Who all is eating jumbo pasta shells now while in quarantine? Are y'all eating jumbo pasta shells in quarantine? If so, you ate them all. So I went to another store. They had quite a bit more pasta products on the shelf, but I couldn't find the pasta shells. I'm looking. I'm like, seriously, people? Is everybody making jumbo pasta shells right now? I finally found them at the very top. Only one brand of them. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Because I am not stuffing itty bitty little pasta shells. I could not believe that. They were out of of that, but nothing else. Okay, let's see. I've got my shell. Red pepper, artichoke, spinach, cheese, both cheeses. Okay, looks like we have everything. So I'm going to take my dish. So what it says to do is you're going to spread a cup of sauce in this dish. Now remember, I have double the amount of sauce that it says, because I always think stuff like this turns out dry, and I want some sauce. I like it not dry. So I'm putting, this is a 1/3 cup measure, so I'm putting 3 of these in here of my sauce. I added meat and onion and stuff to my sauce just because I want to. Doesn't really ask for that. So I'm just going to spread it around so that gives you a bed. Then you're going to take your shells. Let me get my shells over here. Here's our jumbo pasta shells. So I'm going to take a shell, and you're going to take your spoon, and you're going to scoop up some stuff, and you're going to put it in this shell. Going to fill your shell. Look at there. So cute. Looks tasty. I guess I should taste this. Since I've never made it before, let's see what it tastes like. Oh, that's yummy. Oh, yeah, these are going to be good. Now, I'm trying to guess here how much to put in. So then we're going to bake them in the oven. We're going to cover it with the sauce when we're done. Well, it says to bake this covered. I'm going to have to cover it. Okay. This is half the box of those pasta shells. It was like 22 pasta shells. You can go ahead and make the full amount if you want. You'll just have double this. And then you can decide whether or not, that one's kind of broken, whether or not you want to double the sauce or not. That will be really good with the sauce. This one wants to fold. Okay, put them in there. And let's do it over here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just taking my spoon, holding open my little shell, putting the filling in there. It's a little messy. But doesn't he look tasty? Oh, he looks so tasty. Okay, I'm just hoping they're going to fit in this little pan too. Let's hope they fit in the pan. And I don't think it matters how crowded they are or anything. Just put them in there. This just takes a little time to do, but it's actually not real hard. The hardest part's getting the shell to stay open. There we go. Oh, this one is really closed tight. I may be overstuffing these. I can't really tell. I don't know how much stuff I'm going to have here at the end. I guess I'll add it to some of them if I have extra. Might have wanted a little bigger pan than this. This is an 8x8 pan. It probably should have been like 10x10. But I think I can make it work. Kind of turn them sideways here. Okay, we're getting there. So you just have to unfold it. That's the trick. Get your spoon in there and scrape it off. Some of them are a little softer and more open than others. Some of them are real resistant. They're real resistant to change. So this is just something a little different I decided to make. Looks yummy, good. Are you laughing at me? What does it say? Do you meal prep and freeze? I have, because I'm in an apartment, I have the tiniest refrigerator you've ever seen, and I can't hardly fit anything in it. So no, I don't have that big a freezer. It would be nice, but I can barely fit things in there. This, you know, I'm stuck with a refrigerator they supply, and it's like a mini refrigerator, and I just don't have very much room. So I could do a few things, not very many. Plus that I could, you know, like do all the meals at once. But oh, I'd be so exhausted. My back would be hurting so bad because it takes like hours to do that. I don't know if I could stand to do it all in one day. I'd be hurting. Okay, I'm gonna kind of squish some of these in here. I got 2 more, but I have never done that. Except maybe for a few. Like, I haven't done, like, meal prepped for, like, an entire month or anything. But that would be a good idea. I've heard people do that as, like, a group. They get together and do it together. But I would need a regular size refrigerator. Okay, last one. Where are we going to put him? We'll squeeze him in there. They're somewhat kind of on top of each other, but they don't mind. They're friends. They look good, thank you. This shells that are stuffed with artichokes and spinach and cream cheese, and my hands are completely a mess. Hold on, let me rinse off my hands. But I'm getting something in my eye now. I think I'm getting my hair in my eye. It's pretty. Okay, so then once you get them all in there, you take the sauce. Let me get a little spatula. And you just pour the sauce on top. And I'm using double the sauce because I don't like dry. I like it stuff to be saucy. And I've never made this recipe, but most Italian, you know, that use sauce like this recipes, I always think they're too dry. I always want more sauce, so I just doubled the sauce. Well, really what I did is I kept the sauce the same and I cut everything else in half. So this is kind of a small amount, because for me and Mom and some leftovers, I don't need that much. But this will make double the amount if you double this recipe, of course. And you'll put it in a 9x13 dish. But then you just cover, and this says to cover it, I guess I'll cover it with foil. And you're baking it at 350. It says 20 minutes. It says you can that you do that, and then if you want, you can sprinkle it with some more Parmesan cheese, uncover it for 10 to 15 more minutes, and bake it uncovered with the Parmesan cheese browning. So I will do that. I will bake this like this for 20 minutes, and then cover it, and then uncover it, and then add some extra Parmesan on top, because that is what it needs. There you go. Alright, so let's take our dish, and we're going to right here put it in the oven that I already have on. And then I will show you the picture of this when we are done. Oh, I gotta cover it though. That's not covered, is it? I'm talking about it. I'm not doing it. So let's put some foil on top. I think I'm actually gonna put this on a baking pan, because I kind of have a stuffed pan here and I don't want a big mess. So let's put that on my baking sheet. Put it in the oven, and there we go. We have dinner for tomorrow. So there you go. Let me find my turnaround here. Didn't go. Hello. Okay, there we go. Something new for dinner. Italian stuffed with spinach and artichoke jumbo shells and cream cheese. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I'll let you know. I'll put a picture in the comments and I can put the recipe. And I hope you all have a good evening. And if you're coming to church, I'll see you in church tomorrow. Bye.